Hey guys, welcome back to Mom Knowledge Exotic Animals, and today we're going to be doing a Samba update right here. So these are all going to be breeders and stuff. This is just breeding plan stuff. They're also pets. Don't think that I don't treat them good. Of course I treat them good, you know. They're all pets and stuff, but there's going to be a point where they get to a certain size, and I want to breed them. Especially this snow splash right here. But we'll get to her in a minute. So let's take this female anery, Oreo. We'll put these guys inside. Alright, so this right here is an anery Kenyan Samboa. Her name's Oreo. And she is roughly around 150, 130 grams. So definitely in between there. Let's go ahead and weigh her. Last time I weighed her, she was around 140. She's big, you know, compared to my arm. She wasn't stretched out. Oh no, she's doing that side widening thing. She's getting kind of pissy. Alright, let's go ahead and weigh her. So you're 141. Oh, get over here, girl. 140. Well, you see her. She's. Let's get that. 100. See 140. Her tail isn't on the whole, all the way, but all right. So she's around 1.5 years old. She is around 2.5 to 3 years away from breeding. And she, you see how big she is. Oh my god. It doesn't like my hand being side by side to her. But she's gotten big since I gotten her anyways. So yeah, I'll be breeding her to an anery striped male. And then I'll be getting some crazy stuff as well. Like some normal stripe splash double head snow male to pair to all my females. So basically that's my powerhouse male. I won't really need an anery stripe anymore. I'll just use him for educational purposes up there. So yeah, that's Oreo. She's a female anery Kenyan Samba. She'll be ready to breed soon, hopefully in the next couple of years. But at the end of the video, I'll go ahead and tell you guys a few more plans that I have for next year and the upcoming years. But for now, she is going to be my breeder female, anery Samboa. These are just a really great morph to start off with. Inside the Samboa world, everyone has them, and everyone wants to get into them that are just starting with Samboas. So yeah, very pretty. It's one of the main reasons why they're so wanted. It's because those puppy dog eyes, they're so cute, you know. And the reason why Kenyans, because look how simple they are to keep for. Look how simple. That and a little bit of heat tape in the back, obviously with the thermostat, which I have up here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get out the next Samboa, which is the anery stripe. Just put them there. Put this girl in there. So here we have Rocky, my anery stripe male. Oh yeah, I forgot. I always forget in the beginning of the videos. Anery stuff is recessive, meaning that you need 2 visuals to produce 100% of the litter to become out anery. You need a het-to-het pairing to have 25% of the litter, and you need a visual to het pairing to have 50% of the litter come out. I'm sorry if that sounds confusing. So, anyways, basically what Rocky is, he's a Rufescence cross to an anery Samboa. This is what happens when you have basically around 50% to 25% rufescence inside of your Samboa. This is what usually the effect is. You get a stripe. Now, if you have anything, you can always, with 50% rufescence animals, you can get just about everything. You can get stripes, you can get tigers, you can get patternless. It really all just depends on your snakes and stuff. But yeah, this Rocky, he'll be ready to, he's almost ready to breed. He's in the safe zone, I'll tell you that, to breed. And that's 32 grams, and he won't be, and the soonest he'll be breeding is this next breeding season. So 2019 he'll be breeding, and by then he'll be like 50-60 grams. So I don't really have to worry about him getting up to breeding size anyways. So yeah, that's Rocky. He's an Anery stripe. What the stripe is, it's a hybrid. It's all about percentages of the bloodline inside of the snake. But overall, it's just a dominant, co-dominant, incomplete dominant kind of gene. It works as an incomplete dominant because it's dominant, but if you breed a stripe to a stripe, you have the possibilities of producing a patternless, you have the possibilities of producing a tiger, you have the possibilities of producing more stripes, normals, all sorts of stuff goes on with their genetics and stuff. It's mainly just because of the percentages of rufescence inside of them. And if you guys are getting really confused about this stuff, go ahead and DM me, and I can on Instagram at Maldonados_exotic animals. With underscores as spaces, to help you out with the percentages and stuff and all that stuff. And you can't tell just by looking at an animal what percentage they are. I can have high hopes that this guy is a higher percentage rufescence because both of his parents were Rufy crosses. His mom was a rufescence, was a stripe, and his dad was a stripe. Pairing was Anery stripe male to normal stripe female het Anery. So yeah, that's basically Rocky. He's my Anery stripe male, almost basically ready to breed. I mean, I can tell he's a male by how big his tail is, and you see, I'm gonna see if I'm not gonna struggle with him, but. And you see that little spur, that little like shiny thing. Oh, the scales are shiny, but thing that I'm pointing to with my thumb, that dark spot right there, that my thumb is pointing to, that's his spur. Basically what they do is they tickle the female, arouse her, and they get down to business. So yeah, it's Rocky. Now we're gonna do Marshmallow, which is my snow splash. Now, this is Marshmallow, my snow splash Kenyan Samboa. She weighs around 13 grams. It'll be very long for her before she breeds. It'll be around 4 years. She's 13 grams. So that's about this. She's the size of Oreo when I first got her. So, yep, she's a snow splash. It's a triple recessive gene. It's Anery, albino, and splash. So it takes roughly around, let's see, Anery to albino get double het snows, and then to splash you get 50% possible het, 50% het. 50% double het snow, 100% het splash. It's gonna take you around 3 generations to produce this, and that's gonna be, wow, that's gonna be like 7 years, 10 years of just trying to hit this one animal from scratch. That's what makes her so special and very cool and amazing to have in my collection. Now, she's a low expression splash. She's kind of like your pieds. You kind of see her splashing right there. It's kind of white. It's a white color. You can see it. There's splashing rings. Kind of like pieds. I'll refer to it as a pied, but do not confuse her with a pied. She is a splash sand boa. But yeah, she... You know what? I'm going to try and get her on some black. For you guys. Does that work? You can kind of see it better there. Let's see. What happens if I put some light on it? Oh, I don't know. Kind of messes it up, does it? We can kind of see it better now. So, yeah, you can see her splashing a little bit better now. You can see her red eyes. And there's nothing really else to her. I'm going to pair her to a normal stripe double head snow. That's a normal stripe splash double head snow male. There's the splashing right there. You can see the splashing now. It's basically the white that's interfering with the creamy golden color. And yeah, and then basically what I'll get from that is 25% normals, 25% aneries, 25% albinos, 25% snows, which is basically what she is, and all of them being splash, and 50% of that litter should come out striped. So 12.5% of all the 25% of the normals, aneries, albinos, and snows that I just mentioned should come out striped. And that basically gives me a high chance of producing a world's first of a snow stripe splash. People do hit it sometimes, but it's just the splashing is just so low quality. It's not even worth mentioning it to be an actual visual splash. That's the thing about Roofy Cross splashes, because the rufescence is such a strong influence on these snakes, you know. It really does affect the morph, the patterns and colorations and stuff. So yeah, and then by the end of this year, I hope to be getting sometime this summer, in the next couple of weeks or a month or so, I will be getting an adult albino female het anery. Adult albino het anery female. I personally think she's a Belline albino because of the coloration on her. I'll go ahead and check with Jeff Holloway what she is, what she looks to be. And I'll be pairing her to him. Since his mom was het anery, it's very likely that he's 50% het albino, because his mom was het anery, making her somewhat likely to be a normal striped double head snow. So yeah, it's meaning that she's het for albino and anery. Give me a second. Let me put her back in. And put her back in, and I put her back in, and so anyways, yeah, that's my collection. All I have right now are anery and albino and splash stuff right now, which is basically the typical stuff, except for the splash. The splash is no one really has. A lot of people do try and get into it. It's just such an expensive and rare thing to come across. Maybe once a year you'll find one for at the cheapest you'll find one for like $750, and I've heard as expensive as $1,500. It's crazy. So for a low expression just like her, low expression, $1,500. So it really is crazy. But yeah, hopefully next year if I do get that big albino female, I'm getting her from a friend of mine. I don't really like to say names and prices and stuff of animals until I actually do get them. Mainly because I don't want to say I'm going to get something and then someone else gets it before I do. Mainly because I might have said it and stuff. So it's kind of like on the hush right now, on the low. But still, I am looking into an albino het anery female. That's a proven breeder. She's huge too. She's like 670 grams right now. And let me tell you, my anery female right now, we just weighed. And she came in at 140. And like I said, the big albino het anery female is 670 grams right now as she's gravid, but probably around 550 grams non-gravid. So yeah, this is my Samboa collection video, talking about stuff, genetics and stuff, and future projects. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe.